after being in the studio and not being able to record anything, it kind of sucks, but I gotta talk to Lulu about this New York trip that I'm not gonna be able to make. I gotta keep it real with him.
What's going on?
Trying to figure it out. Trying to get to New York and work.
You and me both, but right now, it don't seem like that's realistic.
What you mean?
I don't know what to tell you, but I just got some legal issue that I have in New York.
So, we have rapper and star of Sisterhood of Hip Hop, Saya. Welcome to the show. Tell us a little bit about the show. What's it about?
Sisterhood of Hip Hop.
Sisterhood.
Sisterhood of Hip Hop is just a raw reality television show about 5 female MCs breaking the barriers of the music industry.
Well, what's the state of female MCs today in hip hop versus 10, 15, 20 years ago?
10, 15, 20 years ago, I mean, back then it was so much easier because I think female MCs were a little bit more accepted.
So you're saying we're going backwards?
In a sense, I'm talking about, I guess, maybe as far as like style and whatnot.
Like hard hip hop?
Hard hip hop, yeah. Thank goodness. Because this bubblegum stuff, I can never do it.
And especially, like, speaking of style, you have your own unique signature about, like, embracing fully who you are. You talk about this all the time on the show. Mm-hmm. So what's your input on that when it comes to style, uniqueness, embracing, all that stuff?
I'm just a firm believer in being who you truly are. Anything else, and you're just false if you're not. You know what I mean? Like I don't like fakery, like at all, and frauds. And there's a lot of that in the music industry. So I always try to preach to the kids, like, just be yourself and never be ashamed of that.
Did you really get that much slack for being like an openly lesbian rapper? I mean, I would think that in a male-dominated world, you seem a little bit butchier to me than even myself. Like, I mean, what did you get?
What is butchier than you, Dennis?
From the guys in, the hip-hop world?
I mean, maybe when I first was getting into the game, it still wasn't as accepted.
Really?
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely back then. But now, man, times have just changed. And honestly, it's not even really up to the industry no more. Okay. It's these kids. These kids don't care no more. They're like, we don't care what you look like, if you can rap. Even if you can't rap, mumble over a dope beat and we'll buy your album.
Let's talk about your hip hop now, because you put on some heat, and you grew up in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. So where are your influences? How did you grow up kind of evolving and learning about hip hop?
Well, I grew up in one of the roughest neighborhoods in Bedford-Stuyvesant. I'm from Roosevelt Projects, and to the point where all the guys I grew up with are if not all dead. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Wow.
So I definitely had influences from the streets. You know what I mean? Of course, some Biggie, some Jay-Z.
Yeah, there you go.
Some Big L. Yeah, man. I love raw hip hop, like the bare grit of it. And I feel like there's not a lot of that left right now.
Were you in a gang?
Oh.
I mean,
let's just say I put my grandmother through hell. Put it that way.
Wow.
Yeah,
I was gonna ask you about her. You talk about her all the time, and I had a very close relationship with my own grandma. So I do want to know what was her influence in your life, and then towards your career and who you are right now.
Well, my grandmother stepped up to raise me because my mother was on drugs, and my father, he's serving life in prison. She's one of the most amazing women I've ever met in my whole entire life. She's awesome. She's always been supportive. She's always been supportive of my lifestyle, my career. She's crazy. She's so raw, but that's where I get her from. You know what I mean? Like, if it wasn't for her instilling that in my heart, like, don't care about what nobody thinks, I wouldn't be who I am today.
You know, as an Afro-Latina, you're half Puerto Rican, right?
Yeah.
I think Afro-Latinos, I'm Cuban myself, so I have a lot of Afro-Cuban cousins, friends. They're really on the fence between both the Latino world and the Afro world, and I want to ask your opinion, not to get too political, about what you feel is an issue, the Black Lives Matter movement, some of the police brutality that we're getting. A lot of stories are coming out that it's not just African Americans, it's also Latinos that are being the subject of police brutality. Do you have an opinion on that, and do you bring that up in some of your rhymes?
Actually, I voice it a lot, especially on my social media. I've definitely seen like a lot of brutality against Latinos and Latinas, and I know growing up where I'm from, I got manhandled by police a lot. You know what I mean? So it's definitely hard, and honestly, I feel like if you ain't, not to say it in no crazy way, but if you ain't if you ain't white, then you black. Latinos, like listen, it is what it is.
Where can people find your music? Because right before we leave, I want to make sure people can find your music on the web.
Everything's on my website, damnsiya.com, damnsiya.com. The album will be out soon, Siya vs. Siya, that's gonna be on iTunes. I was telling a lady backstage, I said I'm very Googleable. I have it on Wikipedia.
And then you have this the Dyke song, right?
The Dyke song is that's such a throwback. It means damn you killing them. So I took such a negative word and made it an acronym. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Dope.
Yeah, man.
That's very creative.
All right, Siya, thank you so much for joining us
Thank
today.
you, Siya.
Go to the zoo. I need a monkey hat or something.
Thanks to Ismael Cruz Cordova as well as Rolando Ulloa. Thank you for joining us, Roland Ulloa.
Thank you,
Guys,
Siya.
yes.
Thank you.
Don't forget to catch us again tomorrow right here on LATV. Don't tune into another channel. Keep it right here on the
And
Zoo.
follow us, the Zoo on LATV